You know, letting a drunk guy shave your head with electric razors is a really bad idea.
Yes. Yes, I do. That's a horrible idea.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Did you also know that men's skin is 25% thicker than women's?
Hell yeah. Got that thick skin.
We do have that thick skin.
Yeah. That's why we don't let anything penetrate us.
Yeah.
Wait, I did not. I did.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's not touch that with
With-
anything. Okay, back to bald heads.
Back to bald heads.
Yeah,
We are proud members of the Bald Head Society.
Proud. We have shirts that say it.
Correct. I almost wore mine. I clearly didn't.
Let's wear it. Next episode, we'll wear them.
All right.
So, with a bald head,
Yeah.
right? What percentage of men do you think shave it because they have to versus the percentage of men that shave it because they want to?
I have and want to is kind of like the same thing.
No, I don't
I
know.
didn't have to start shaving my head, right? I did it because it looked like shit. My hairline was all the way back here. I had nothing back here.
I think that's a have to. I'm throwing that in the have to.
Right. So I guess that's the strange thing about have to versus want to.
Because your statement that you're saying to yourself is, I have to shave my head because I look like shit.
Yeah, but did I?
You're not saying I want to shave my head because
Right.
I look like shit.
Right. It's
Right?
interesting. I think you probably have the answer to this, right?
I do.
To me, it was a have to because I noticed it was looking bad up there.
Yeah. So 15 to 25% of men who shave their heads do so because they like the look or want a low maintenance style. Well, it ain't low
It ain't
maintenance.
low maintenance.
So I'll tell you that.
It's easier to get a haircut.
All right. Let it grow for 2 weeks and then go get a haircut. Well, if you're black, you get a cut every week. But I mean, I'm shaving once a day.
Yeah, I do not shave once a day, but you also have a more professional job than me. So
Yeah,
you need that clean
I
appearance.
need the look. I need the look.
Recently, I look like a homeless guy.
Holy crap! That dude, that day I came over your house while you're building that deck, and I hadn't seen you in like 2 weeks.
Right, because you've been out of town for 2 weeks.
You had a beard that was damn near 2 inches long, and hair coming out the back of your hat. I was like, who the hell are you?
It was bad.
You look like
He's
damn
like, I
Grizzly
left for
Adams.
2 weeks. What the hell?
And
now
the
you
shit
can't
just
take
fell
care
apart.
of yourself.
The wheels fell off the whole damn wagon because I left.
I just didn't care.
Oh my God. Terrible. Well, if 15 to 25 shave it because they like the look, 75 to 85% shave because they notice balding, receding hairlines,
that was
or
me.
thinning hair. Yeah,
So I was in that percentage.
that was me too.
Yeah.
That was me. It was a complete experiment for me.
Yeah.
Yep. And I took it down low. I took it down lower.
Right.
I
And then it was
said-
gone.
And there was I think I talked about this once before, but I was like, there was a razor sitting there. I said, it'll grow back.
Mine was similar.
Some of it.
I did the buzz cut first. Took it
Mhm.
down to just so there was stubble.
Yeah.
Just the lowest razor setting. And I sat on that for a while and I'm like, shit, I might as well just see what it looks like.
Go for it.
First time shaving it, I didn't have shaver's head yet. So I
Oh,
cut
you
the
didn't-
shit out of myself.
Oh yeah, you got to build that
Because nobody has shaver head yet. We
Right.
call it. Well, that's not what we were calling. We were calling it something else. Razor
You
head
get
or
that-
something.
Yeah, you,
Skin
you
is
got
too
that-
sensitive.
way too sensitive. And so let's tell this story of what had just happened this past weekend. We've got a buddy.
Yep.
And he wouldn't mind us telling the story at
No,
all.
not at all.
We've been on him you've been on him for
I've been
you've
on him for a couple
longer than I
years.
have.
I've been on him for a couple years about it.
Yeah. So he looks good with his hair. He looks okay
Yeah.
with his hair.
Yeah.
But he could look better.
Yep.
And so his wife placed a bet with him. I don't know. I don't really want to say what the bet was. But it was a bet.
Yes.
Okay. So
It wasn't a bet. It was if you do this, this happens.
okay. And why am I telling the story? Because I remember 25% of what happened.
So I can tell the story a little better.
And there's a reason
So that
I only
day,
remember 25% of what happened.
So that day, it was Sunday Fun Day. The four of them were at your house hanging out. So you and your wife, our buddy, his wife,
Mhm.
were hanging out at your house. And I came into the picture several hours later because we had
A
stuff to
couple other
do.
people though, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff and Sarah were
Yep,
there,
they were there as well too.
and then we have a friend, Jennifer, she was there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And so there's what turned into 2 people what turned into us not having anything to do and no one coming over,
Right.
turned into almost, 8 people
Mhm.
being over at our house
So they had
late
been
into the
drinking for several hours before I showed up. So when I get there, you and Joe
Yeah.
are you're pretty drunk at this
I'm
point.
3 we're both 3 or 4 sheets
Okay.
to the wind.
So
Gone.
Jeff is another member of the ball guy committee. So the 3 of us started bullying Joe a little bit
Mhm.
about, "You need to shave your head, you're gonna look better." And he was like, "Nope, ain't happening, ain't happening, ain't happening.
Weren't
No,
the
no,
3 of us
no."
taking pictures before trying to get him to kinda
Yeah,
do it? We're like,
yeah,
"Look at us, we're
yeah, we're taking
bald,
our
we're
hat
beautiful."
off, like, "Look at bald is beautiful, look how good we look, you don't have any of the hair problems." Like, "There's nothing wrong with my hair." It's like, "Yeah, there is, and you need to shave it."
Yeah. Little thin,
So
buddy, little thin.
right. So drunk Joe all of a sudden decides, "All right, let's do this."
But
He wants to
why?
shave his head because there was a reward for the task. I'll just leave it at that. Think you can put
From
2
his
and t
wife, from his
yes.
wife.
Think you can put 2 and 2
Yeah,
together.
he was
If
getting
you shave
rewarded.
your head, there's a reward waiting for you at home.
And he was like, "Oh, hell yeah, shave
Yeah,
it. Get
let's
this shit
do it.
off my head right now."
So Joe is drunk. So he Naeem runs and gets him the little apron because Naeem cuts your son's hair. So he's
Uh-huh.
got the clippers, he's got the apron, he's got the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
I pull out a chair and have Joe sit there, and I've got the razor in my hand. I'm not drunk yet, and I'm going to shave it. Well, drunk Joe's like, "No, I want Naeem to do it." I'm like, "You wanna put clippers in this man's hands right now?"
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, I want Naeem to do it."
And
Okay,
I grabbed those clippers. I was
let's
like,
light
"Yep,
this
got
candle.
it."
So, shave his head. Naeem shaves his
I
head.
said, we're not tapering up the
No,
sides.
none
We're
of
not
that.
doing
Just
we're going
mark,
straight up the
gone.
gut, right down the middle of the
Right.
front." So there was no going back.
There was no going back, and that first initial kind of hair falling into his lap, he was like, "What the fuck did I just do?" So, fast forward to the end of the shaving. So now Naeem has completely shaved his head, which took way longer than it should have,
Should've, yeah,
which
yeah.
having a hard time focusing on the shaving.
But what happened in the meantime of me cutting right in the middle, someone bumped me. I don't remember who it was,
Yeah.
but the clippers fell out of my
Yep.
hand
They
and hit
fell
the
out of your
ground.
hand. Yep.
When that happened, the blades, instead of being perfectly level with each other,
We're a little unlevel now.
they were uneven.
Yeah.
So now I'm cutting with a straight, just razor,
Yep.
and I'm wondering why. I'm like, "Oh, got you a little bit there, Joe. You're bleeding. Let me get that for you."
Yep. Well, he doesn't have razor's head yet either.
Right. He does not have razor's head.
Joe's
And
head now looks like a cat scratching post.
I cut the shit out of it.
It was bad. It looked like somebody took a Brillo pad to your arm and just went back and forth.
Oh my god, he looks so bad.
But he looked 1,000 times better with shaved head.
He looked amazing. He looked amazing. And you know what?
Yep.
I do. This is one line I remember. Jeff, who's a super funny guy, he looks at him and he goes, "Man, you're gonna get so much pussy."
He goes, "I'll do you right now."
That was the funniest line of the night that I heard, and everybody was busting out laughing. And and Joe at first was not happy with the look.
I don't know that he is today fully either yet.
Well, I asked him.
You gotta get used to it.
I asked him. I said, "Joe, are did you take the razor to it yet? You know,
Yeah.
because I know it's
Yeah.
grown back. This
Yep.
was 3 days ago."
Yep.
And he's like, "No, man, I'm waiting for all the cuts on my head to heal up before I put a razor."
You butchered it, bro.
I kept apologizing to him, like, "I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that." But what'd you expect?
That's why I told him. I said, "Joe, you let the drunkest guy here."
Right.
He put an electric razor in his hand. Said,
Shaky
"Go ahead,
hands,
buddy.
just get after it.
Go ahead, man. There's nothing wrong with this."
Oh my god. That was
So
so
Joe
funny.
did not shave it because he wanted to. He shaved it because we bullied him.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was totally a bully job.
Peer pressure, bully, whatever you wanna call it.
No,
We
no.
backed him into a corner.
No. He came victim to the one thing that all men become victim to.
Yeah, not at first, though.
No, he was standing up to us.
He
But then
was.
when his wife stepped in
Yep.
with the little reward,
Right,
that's when he was like,
Right.
"Oh, cut this shit off my head."
right. He
He was
sat
all
down
for it.
right away.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not bullies.
Bald is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, and then remember when you, tackled me into the pool? Just saw I didn't remember that the next morning when
You
we woke
didn't
up, but then
remember that?
No, I had to watch a video of it. It was hilarious.
That's a little game Naeem and I like to play, is at each other's respective houses, we will just randomly tackle each other and throw them in the pool.
Yeah, it
The only thing
literally
that's off limits is if you have your phone or keys in your pocket.
right.
So I asked his wife, said, "Where's Smokey's keys and phone?" He goes, "Well, he doesn't have his keys. We didn't go anywhere, and his phone's right there on the counter." Beyond that, it doesn't matter if you have a drink in your hand, if you've got a hot dog in your mouth, if you're fully clothed with shoes on, it does not matter. You're
Doesn't
getting
matter.
wet.
You're fair game. You're fair game.
And it's not that I pushed him in because that's not how we roll. We're both getting wet.
Yeah. It's a full on tackle.
Oh, yeah, it's a tackle.
Like when you watch
It's
the
not a light
video,
shove.
it looks like Joey Bosa just took out like the third string running back on a D3 freaking team. And this little guy standing out there. And the funniest thing is on the video, all you can hear is the hit.
Yeah.
And then I just calmly say, "Fuck you."
As we're going in, he's like, "Fuck you." Here we go.
Oh my
I
gosh.
forget how that started, but man, it's a lot of fun now.
I don't know, but the wives know because you talk to the wife first so the wife can
Yep.
record it.
Yep.
And then
And then you also have to make sure that whoever the person is, if it's me or him, that I don't have the phone or the keys.
yeah.
Because everybody's keys are all key fobs now.
Mhm.
And some of us with older phones are not waterproof.
Yeah, please don't drop your phone in the water.
So
You shouldn't even sweat with that phone in your pocket because
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of rewarding,
Mhm.
how do you feel about rewarding bad behavior?
Who we talking? We talking about adults? We talking about kids?
I
What we
think we're talking about kids here.
Yeah. So
So basically, thoughts on I think this is something we've touched on in the past.
mhm.
Disciplining children, soft parenting, kind of like I want to be your friend and not your parent,
Right.
versus what we're getting. We're getting.
Oh, bye.
Hi,
See ya. You want to say hi real quick? Come here, real quick.
we have another special guest,
Yeah.
breaking
Look
special
who
guest,
it is. It's the Dempster.
Demi.
Demi,
Step
say
in,
hi.
say hi.
Hi.
There you go. All right, now get out of here. That's my bonus daughter. Love you. I'll see ya. So,
The soft parenting, like I'm going to be your best friend, versus being a parent.
yeah, you gotta be a parent, man, because if your kids are assholes and you don't correct that, they're gonna grow
Right.
up to be assholes. We've talked about this before, but I think it warrants being talked about again because witnessing bad behavior
Yeah,
is something that just gets under my skin. And I saw something a couple days ago and I was just like, Matt, and I gotta bring this up again because some
Yep.
of you out there, some of you parents out there need to go to a parenting class.
Yep.
And learn how to be a parent and quit trying to be a friend.
Yep.
And I don't want to hurt little Jimmy's feelings or oh, do you know how that made mommy feel? Or that hurt daddy's feelings and you should think about that. And while you're doing it, let's go get some ice cream.
You okay over there?
No, I'm going on a freaking rant and I'm getting all worked up. This is supposed to be a night. All the kids are off with their other parent. Lish is off on a work trip. You and I are just sitting here
Hanging
recording.
out.
Yeah, that's just me. So I'm gonna go sit by the pool and just enjoy myself for the
Right.
rest of the evening. And now I'm getting worked up.
Right.
Ugh.
So kind of an incident, right?
Yeah,
That kind of led us to this conversation.
yeah, and so fuck it. There-
Ah, yep. Careful.
Don't do it.
Well, do it, but just be,
Why don't you
no
do
names.
it? You saw it.
Oh my God. So we know of,
No, too close.
okay, so
How do we do this?
I don't know.
Okay, hypothetically, let's say you saw a child destroying property,
Correct.
a very young child.
It's my child.
No,
Okay.
not your child.
Okay.
But after the fact, or you saw someone else's child destroying property.
Yeah.
That happens to be your friend.
Your child's friend or something.
Yeah, your child's friend. Yeah.
Okay.
You see them destroying someone else's property, which could probably turn out to be a very expensive repair. Now, the child doing it is only 5 years old.
Yep.
I get it. 5-year-olds make mistakes.
All the time.
5-year-olds do dumb things.
It's a life full of mistakes for them.
Matter of fact, even though my boys are 10 and 12, one of the things I've been saying to them lately And I've only said it to him twice. I said, "Guys, don't do dumb shit.
Right.
Just don't do it."
Right. Right.
And they're like, "Got it, Dad."
Yep.
And this incident happened to be a little kid doing dumb shit.
Yep.
I have done some really, really stupid things in my life.
Yep.
And being 5 years old, you need to be taught
Right.
how to not do those things when you
Correct.
do, right?
Yep.
So, if you, being a parent,
Who sees it?
sees it,
Yes.
someone else's kid's doing it, you
Yeah.
see it,
Yep.
and it's your property that's being destroyed,
Yep.
and then later on, you have evidence of it and everything.
Yep.
You bring it to that other parent's attention,
Yeah.
and they say, "We will take care of it."
Yeah.
And then,
This is where it gets good.
maybe an hour later,
Yeah.
you see that same 5-year-old
Mhm.
playing with all his buddies in the street
Right.
or her buddies,
Yeah.
and then the ice cream truck rolls by, and you buy that
Uh,
child ice cream,
yeah.
and he's just living his
The
best life.
parent buys the
The
child,
parent, yeah,
not me.
the parent
Yeah.
buys the child ice
Yeah.
cream, and the kid's just living his best life.
Yeah. So that kid in his mind just got rewarded for doing something very dumb,
Right.
very expensive.
And the reason we say that is because I think rewinding in the story a little bit, the whole premise was he's only 5.
Mhm.
He's gonna do dumb shit.
Yep.
Got it. So you just taught a 5-year-old that as long as I break someone else's shit, I can still play with my friends and I'm gonna get ice cream for it.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
you just taught this kid who 5-year-olds know nothing.
Right. They don't know.
Everything you
Y
give to a child comes on this planet with nothing, and
Right.
everything they are is what you give them
Yeah.
and what they get out of the world.
Yeah. So, in that moment, it'd be interesting to know the parental dynamic of, a lot of marriages have the mom's not the disciplinarian, the dad is. The
Mhm.
mom is the nurturing, the caring, more so than the dad. Now, it's not everybody, but I feel like that's a pretty general, like, I'm gonna tell your father when he gets home, or
Yeah.
don't make me call your father at work,
You know, it's the
or wait
opposite in
till
my
dad
house.
gets home. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I do.
So, I think as men, in that moment, even if you see your wife maybe reacting to it wrong, I think you gotta step in. You just gave that kid the wrong message.
But what if both parents are soft in the ass?
Well, then if both parents are soft in the ass, that's a problem.
Yep.
Because your kid's gonna grow up and be, I don't wanna necessarily say a criminal, but they're gonna be an asshole for sure if you don't correct it.
Exactly. You're doing your child a disservice.
Let me ask you this. What is your goal as a parent with your children, the end goal?
The end goal for me, I've said it for years, is to teach my kids to care about and help other people.
Right. And for me, it's kind of the same thing, but the motto is just be a good human being.
Be a good human being.
Your job doesn't matter. Career doesn't matter. Just be a good person.
Mhm.
And part of being a good person is learning at 5 years old that you don't get to beat the shit out of other people's property and get away with it.
And then get ice cream.
Correct. You don't get away with it in any form. You're my house, your friends are gone for a week.
Yeah.
Your devices is gone for X amount of time, whatever device that may be.
The things and I'm marching you over there, and you are going to
Yep.
apologize.
Yep.
And then everything
And I'm gonna make you watch the ice cream truck stop at the end of the street and you don't get any.
Yeah.
Because you need to learn in that moment, not 3 days later because the kid's forgotten. That's the other thing. Parents have to address it right now.
Mhm.
If you wait till the morning, it's gone. That kid forgot what he did.
Yep.
5-year-old's attention span is that.
Yep. Because if you did that, what's that 5-year-old say? "Oh my gosh, I did that. That was wrong. I
Right.
had to apologize. I didn't get my ice cream. Now I
Yeah.
can't play with my
Yeah.
friends. My devices are
In the
gone."
moment. Yeah.
Right.
So why do you think parents don't do that?
Because they wanna be friends.
Exactly.
I don't wanna hurt their feelings. I just saw something online that said, "Do not give your kids everything that you didn't get as a kid.
Right.
Don't give them this lavish life because you're able to, because if you give them everything that you never had, your kids won't learn valuable lessons like struggle, grit,
Yeah.
determination, hard work." I'm not saying remove everything from their lives,
Right.
but what I'm saying is every time your kid's in a store and they say, "Oh, can I have?" And you're like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't get that
Yeah.
as a kid. I'm giving it to you.
Yeah.
Everything you want," you know? You can't. We're still responsible for raising good human beings.
I will say that is a tough thing to do.
It's very tough.
Because as a child, if you have memories of missing out on all this, I think kind of your not necessarily your natural instinct, but you kind of be like, man, I remember how I felt right now in this moment. I don't want him to feel that.
Right.
That's where it comes from, I think.
But I think there's a big difference in your kid growing up and you've got ratty ass shoes on,
Right.
and there's holes in the bottoms of them, and you get wet. Your feet get wet when you're walking through rain.
Right.
Versus having 45 different video games on the shelf.
Yeah. So the extreme,
because
yes.
you want it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
The necessities, for sure. The luxuries, we're going to do that.
Or earn it.
Very moderately, and you're going to earn it. Yep.
Or set some expectations for your child to earn those things.
Give your kid chores.
Make it easy, right? Whatever age they are.
Yeah.
If they're 5 or 6, maybe just something is making sure your plate is cleaned and put in the dishwasher. Or
yeah.
just little
our kids
simple
for
stuff.
this summer break, it's upstairs right now. The kids have a list
Yeah, I
every
saw that.
day.
That's a nice list, by the way.
Before they
It
can
was
touch
impressive.
devices.
Yeah.
You know, they got to make bed. They got to read for 30
And they
minutes.
sign off on it.
Yeah. They sign off on it, and then I walk around and check.
That's a great idea. I like it. I was because we do a similar thing, but we don't have an actual physical list.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw yours and I'm like, man, that's a great idea. Might implement that in my house.
Hell yeah, laying law down around this camp.
Because we have
kids.
Because you know, and it's not always physical punishment. It's not spanking.
No.
It's what do they love? That's what you take away.
Exactly.
And right now it's internet accessibility, whether phone, iPad, computer. It's not the actual iPad or iPhone. It's the internet that goes with it that allows them to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that away.
Oh, I even take the device away.
Take a 14-year-old's phone away.
Oh yeah. Demi got her phone taken away a couple weeks ago.
Or what I've done in the past is taken the charger. So you can keep your phone, whatever battery percentage you have. When it's gone, it's gone.
That's all you get.
Because they just like die a slow, painful thing for it.
We're trying to conserve the battery.
But the point is, you don't need to lay a hand on them to really get at them.
No, that's how I grew up. That's how my parents grew up with the whole physical.
That's all we had then. We didn't have internet. We didn't have phones.
Yeah,
we were outside playing. They weren't going to take away your video game because you didn't have one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they weren't taking away your computer, your phone because you didn't have one. You didn't have an iPad.
And then they grew up with the whole physical punishment, and so that got passed down. And then when I started having kids, I think I spanked Austin twice. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what?
It's not going to do
this. This is there's a better way.
Right.
So
sure.
Yeah.
So don't be soft, man.
Don't be soft.
I know it's tough, and I know it can be hard, especially for men that maybe had to get it out of the dirt a little bit. They don't want their boy to go through that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that struggle puts you where you are.
That's right.
It made you hungry.
Gotta struggle.
Gotta let them fail. You gotta let them struggle.
Yep. And you gotta let them figure it out.
Right.
Don't solve all the problems.
Always give them
because
the answer.
They're not going to be able to solve problems when they're older.
Right. We land in this plane now too?
Hold on. There's one other thing I got to say.
Yep.
Do you have to have a license to fish?
If you're under 16, no.
Okay. But adults need a license to fish, right?
Yes. Unless it's a lake that is privately owned and they give you permission.
Okay. Perfect. Do you need a license to drive a car?
Yes.
Okay. One really important thing, because you got to it's dangerous, right? Driving a car, right?
Yeah.
Fishing, you're literally just dropping a hook in the water and seeing what happens, right?
Yeah.
But you got to have a license for it, right?
But you don't have to take a test.
Yeah, but
you just you just fill out a form and pay a fee.
Okay, fine. You're blowing a hole in my whole freaking argument right now. But that's fine.
You're arguing.
What I'm arguing is, why don't you have to have a license to have a kid?
Oh boy. Yeah.
There are some dumb, I'm sorry, I'm saying it.
Oh boy.
Send an email. Midlife Show Podcast at gmail.com.
It is Midlife Playbook.
Oh, yeah. Midlife Playbook Podcast at gmail.com.
That reminds me. Can you hold your thought for a second?
Yeah, can.
Somebody had written a question to us on our email or on our home webpage about does the send us a text button work? I don't know who it is because I can't see names. I can only see partial phone numbers. Whoever that was, yes, it does work. We do get messages where it says send us a text. If you click on it, type your message, we do see it. So whoever you are, we do see it.
Okay. All the messages I've seen have come through on email or Buzzsprout. Yeah,
so it comes through on our Buzzsprout, on our homepage on Buzzsprout.
Oh.
So yes, whoever you were, I don't know who you were. You were talking about you have a video of something as well. Then you asked, does the send us a text button work? 100% it does.
All right, beautiful. Use it.
Yep. Continue. Sorry. Thought
Okay.
came to my head.
Oh, yeah, the only thought I was gonna finish with was there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers on this planet with kids.
Yep.
And I said it. Send me an email if you want to. My name's spelled Naeem. Spell it right. And because if you got upset at what I just said, you're probably one of those dumb motherfuckers that
I got room in the garage. It's Nate.
No, hey, listen.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, it's
There are, man.
anybody can do it.
Come
Oh,
on.
I know. I agree 100%. There's definitely people you're like, "You had kids?"
Right. And I'm not even talking intellect-wise, I'm just talking about people who just don't get it.
Yeah, intellect is one thing, but kind of just knowing how you should be as a human being is another.
Right. And I see some of this stuff in public and I just wanna go over there and sometimes punch parents right in the face.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I get it.
You're teaching your kid just the worst
Yep.
of the worst.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right. I've
Well,
ranted.
I think we got ourselves in enough trouble on that one.
I told myself I wasn't gonna have a beer today, but after
Come on.
this one
You're having one right now, and then
I
you'll have
know.
another one.
Really?
Probably.
No,
I don't know. Maybe not.
probably will. We'll see.
We will. All right. Well, thanks for watching another episode of Midlife Playbook. As always, I'm Matt. This is Naeem.
That's me.
We'll catch you on the next one.
See you guys.
See ya.